Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone today to the very first, in fact, PxidaTX webinar. It's our first training webinar. And we're just going to go through today the basics of PxidaTX and getting you started. So a few things for the webinar, just as we run through it. So if you have any questions, you'll see a Q&A bar at the bottom of the webinar. So if you just click on that, you can feed your questions through at any time, and then we'll address the questions at the end. If you have any questions that occur to you after the webinar, please don't hesitate to contact us on our support email address. Okay, so speaking today, we've got myself and Artie from our support team, and Artie's going to take you through when you first log into PxidaTX, how you would build that first survey. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Artie to share her screen. I'm going to stop sharing now. And Artie, over to you.
Thank you, Leighton. I hope you can see the screen. So without any further delay, let's get started with so the first step towards getting started with PxidaTX is to register yourself with PxidaTX. And to do that, you can always visit our website and click on the login option, and it will take you to this page where you can register for a 7-day free trial. Or if you have all the credentials in hand, you can enter them directly in here, and you can click login. And as soon as you log in, it will take you to the dashboard. So dashboard is basically where you get to see all the surveys that you have deployed, the number of responses that you have achieved, and the status of the survey, whether it is closed, if it is in the draft stage, or if it is open. So to view the insights or the results of the survey, all you have to do is to click the 3 dots, and you can click on View Insights, and it'll take you directly to the results of the survey. So these are just examples that we have provided for the users to just understand how the dashboard would look like. But if you do not wish to see these survey examples, you can always click on the cross sign, and you can completely remove these survey examples. Next, I would like to take you through the section Departments. So we have already provided a drop-down list here. Once you expand, we have already provided more than 10 departments you can choose from to deploy your surveys. But just in case if you do not find the particular department that you wish to deploy your surveys to, you have the option to add the survey by clicking on the plus sign, and you can enter the department name. For example, I will enter this department, and it will automatically reflect in this list. So before starting off with creating the survey, it is always best to add the departments so that it will be easier for you while adding the contacts as well. So the next section I would like to take you through is the personal settings and the access control. So in personal settings sections, you will be able to fill in all your personal information, the name, your email ID. You also get to verify your email. So once you click on verify email, you'll get an email in your email ID, and you can verify. And in case in future, if you wish to delete the account, you can always come into the personal settings and you can delete the account. And you also have the option here to change your password or update it. So you can enter your old password and update the new one. And save, and it will automatically be taking in your new password. You have the option to upload your profile image here. So we have a limit on the size. We can only upload up to 400K. So next, I would like to take you through the access control option. So by access control, it gives the user to add in more members from their department or team to use PxidaTX software. So you can invite the member by clicking on invite new member. You can enter the email ID. Now department here means the super admin is giving the new member only the access to certain departments to which they can deploy their surveys to. So if you just click on corporate affairs, you're only letting the new member to deploy surveys to that particular department. So you can choose multiple departments if you wish to give access to the new member. Now you can add the new member as an admin or as a user. So we have given a description at the below. Like an admin cannot edit the core features of the application. He cannot change the department, categories, or subscription plan. He can just create and edit surveys and view the results of all those departments whom the super admin has given the access to. So you can also add the new member as a user. So he'll only be able to view the surveys and the reports. He'll not be able to make any changes. So in short, he'll only be able to view the application in read-only mode. So that is about the access control. Now let's move into adding the contacts of your respondents. So to add the contact, we have two methods. One is by clicking on Create Contact. You can fill in the email, the name, and the department they belong to, and all the information of your respondents. But in case if you have more than 50 contacts to upload, the easier way to do is by importing a file. So by clicking on Show Example, it will directly take you, it will download a sample file to your desktop, and this is how the file looks like, where you can enter the name, the email ID, the department, and all the details of your respondent and save it in your desktop. And once you have saved it, you can directly come to the contacts and you can import this file, and all the contacts in the file will automatically be added into the list here. Now I would like to take you through how to get started with creating a survey. So to create a survey, we have to click on Create Survey, and it will directly take you to this page. We have the option to start building a survey from scratch, as well as we have more than 30 plus templates that we have provided from which you can choose from. So now I would like to show you the templates. So these are the templates that have been provided. So we give the information of the number of questions and the probable time it would take for respondents to complete. So depending upon the type of survey that you wish to deploy, you can choose a survey. So for now, I'm going to choose this template, Employee Pulse Survey. So it will give me a preview of how the survey looks like, and it also gives me a short description of what this is implying, and it gives me the number of questions in this particular template. So if I select this template, these are a few details that we have to fill to start building the survey. So since we have taken it from the template, all the survey name has automatically been taken from the template. You can choose the department to which you wish to deploy the survey to. Just in case if you do not find a particular department in this list, you always have the option to add a department here by clicking the plus sign, and you can add it right away. And you can choose the survey department accordingly. Now you can choose the survey category, what survey this is, and I'm going to keep it as other. So the survey description is also being taken from the template, but in case if you wish to edit the description and customize it, you can always do it. So once this is set, I'll click on Create Survey. As you can see, this is the survey information. So all this information has already been filled out automatically because it has been chosen from the template. We have the option to upload the image or the logo of the company, and the size is limited to 400 KB. So the survey department is again the survey department to whom you wish to deploy the survey to. And the survey category, it's already been filled because we did it in the beginning. So this show email is something that is important. So if you want your respondents to remain anonymous and take a survey, you can keep the option as none. But if you would want the respondents to enter their email ID to continue with the survey, then you have to keep the field as required. You can select your survey language. We have English, French, Italian, Polish, and Korean at the moment. I'm keeping it as English. So this is a notify line manager. So this is basically notify if you enter an email ID of your additional new member or your email number, your email ID. So you will be notified about the pending responses list or the survey completion list. So if you wish to get both of these lists to be sent to the email ID, you can keep the toggles on, both the toggles on. But if you just want the pending response list to be sent to the email ID entered, you can choose it accordingly. So you also have the option to choose duration, how often do you want, in what intervals you want these reports to be sent to this email ID. So you're basically getting a notification. So once this is set, you can save. So this is the welcome message and the thank you message that the respondents will be seeing in the start and at the end of the survey. So you can always customize it and personalize it as per your liking. So next is support email. Support email is nothing but you can provide an email ID to your respondents so that they can reach out to you in case of any queries. We have the option to include a URL. So this is basically, for example, if you want the respondents to be redirected to your company's website, you can enter the URL of the company website here. So as soon as they click on finish survey, they'll be directly taken to the company's website. So that is URL. Now, terms and conditions. If you wish to add any terms and conditions for your respondents, you can keep the toggle on. And to enter the terms and conditions, you have to fill the terms and conditions in the welcome message. You have to include it in the welcome message. But if you do not wish to add any terms and conditions, you can keep the toggle off. We have also provided additional optional questions, that is to know the age and gender of the respondents. So this would help while viewing the insights or the results of the survey, you will be able to filter the insights based on a particular age group or a gender, so that will be more helpful. So once you have set all the information, you'll click on next. So these are the questions that has been taken from the templates. So we have also included those additional questions on age and gender as well over here. So that would be an additional question to the questions already there in the template. So now, as you can see, we have a few options here. We have something called the conditional logic. So if you click on the conditional logic, so it means that you're giving the respondents the option to skip questions in between, and you want the respondents to be taken to a particular targeted question. For example, if a respondent answers to question number 3, which is equal to strongly disagree. So you can if he answers to the strongly disagree, you can directly take him to the next question number 5. So he'll be skipping question 4, and that will be directly be taken to question 5. So this will give you a better targeted results in your survey. So if you can save the changes, and then if you wish to make a copy of the same question, you can click on this copy icon here, and a copy of the same question will be added to the end at the bottom of the questions. So you also have the option to edit the questions. If you wish to change the question, you can always change the question even though it is taken from the template. You can add a short description about the question. Now, if you want to keep these questions to be mandatorily answered by the respondents, you can keep it as required. But if you want to give the option to your respondents to skip the question, you can keep it off. So that is about the toggle bar. Now, these are the probable answers that has been already taken from the template. But if you do not wish to give more option, you always have the option to delete the answer. But if you wish to add, you can add any answers. So that is how you can edit and also provide next additional answers to your questions. So you also have the option to delete a question if you do not like. If you want, you can also shuffle the order of the questions. So this is basically about survey building. So once you have set all the questions, you can click on next and you can choose from the themes options that we have provided. So I'll keep corporate blue and I'll apply. So this will give me a preview of how my survey will look like. So we have provided an option to give a test link so that you can test your survey before deploying it to your respondents. We also have the option to save this survey as a template so that in future you can use the same template to deploy it to your departments, maybe in a quarterly or half-yearly basis. You don't have to build the survey all from the scratch again. So once this is set, we can publish the survey. And there are two ways to publish the survey. One is by link and the other is by email. I would like to show you how it is to publish a survey by link. So as soon as you click share by link, a URL is created, a link is created. You can copy that and you can paste it here, and you can see how this survey looks like to your respondents. So this is exactly how your respondents will be seeing your survey. So as I had given the option as email to be entered as required, I have to enter my email ID to proceed with the survey. So I'm going to answer these questions. So once this is submitted, this is a thank you note that will appear for the respondents. Now, for the admin, they'll get a notification over here in their dashboard saying that you have your first response to your survey. So if you click on that survey notification, it will directly be taking you through to the insights of the survey. So my first question to my respondents was select the gender. So this gives me in a pie chart format, but if you wish to see the results in a bar chart, we have the option to change it. We also have one more option to view the results. So we have basically have three options to view the results. So I'm keeping it in bar chart. So this will give me information like, so female has respondent has taken the survey. The number of respondents is 1. So we have also provided a tabular format for better understanding. So it gives me the number of responses and the percentage of responses. And it also clearly gives me, by gender. So these are the main questions of the survey. So for that, these are the answers again provided by the respondent. So once you click on these options, it will give you how many responses has been given to this particular question and what answer they have given. So you have the option to export each response in the form of an Excel file. You can click on export as, and it will give you the insight in the form of the Excel sheet. So that is how you basically build a survey and view the results in PxidaTX. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Arti. That's great. I'll just share my screen quickly. Okay. So there's only one or two questions, so I'll just address them. First question was, is it possible with PxidaTX to do employee surveys that are really regularly published. So if we're trying to track in an organization, you know, like our rate of change or something like that, change management. So yes, it is, and we have the pulse survey feature to do that. So we'll cover that in a future one of these webinars. So that functionality is available. And another question we've got here relates to, the behavioral analytics. So on the website, we talk about behavioral analytics. So where does that feature in the surveys? So we do actually have a set of surveys called What Matters Most. And those surveys are available for all points in the employee life cycle. And in our next webinar next week, we will cover the What Matters Most survey. So we'll let you see that as well. Do keep the questions coming in. We've got that support email address there up on the screen, so it's very easy to remember, support@PxidaTX.com. And one of our team will get straight back to you with any inquiry. So thank you for attending today, and hope to see you soon at the next PxidaTX demo. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.